of course, we are not a Hindu nation, but what is extremely worrying today is that a Deputy Chief Minister, Sudhanshu Trivedi, a Deputy Chief Minister goes on camera and says we are a Hindu nation. A minister in a state government led by the BJP says after Narendra Modi comes in, we are going to become a Hindu nation. In Gujarat, you have an RSS fanatics books which have come out which proclaim that the map of India includes Pakistan and even Tibet, because that is the map of India that the RSS likes. This is not an RSS view of the world, Sudhanshu Trivedi. This is precisely what has been approved by the Gujarat school curriculum. It can't be accidental. In Moradabad, Sudhanshu Trivedi, the BJP and the VHP are trying desperately hard to polarize the situation, somehow polarize the situation over a loudspeaker being put in a temple. This is not accidental, Mr. Trivedi. Welcome to the debate, Sanjay Jha. Welcome to the debate, Tasleem Ahmed Rehmani. Welcome to the debate, Atul Kumar Anjaan of the Communist Party of India and Rahul Easwar, social activist from Thiruvananthapuram. Rahul Narvekar will join us. Sudhanshu Trivedi, you understand how serious the issue is, but you do nothing about it. Yesterday I asked you whether it is because you are scared of the RSS. Now, if it is because you are scared of the RSS, then I think you need to come and say that we are scared of the RSS. But you see, people still believe that it's the BJP which came to power, not the RSS.
Prior to beginning of the debate, I would like to say that since this debate is going to be me versus rest, so whenever I was
speaking, it will be right versus wrong.
Expect that some uninterrupted.
It will be right versus wrong.
So,
yes.
No. Yes, that is the matter of debate. The debate has to be for what is right and what is wrong. As far as BJP is concerned, we are of the firm opinion there should be no partiality on the basis of the communal line.
Are we a
India
Hindu
is not
nation?
a theocratic
is India
state,
a Hindu
it is
nation?
a secular state from the time immemorial.
Nation? Is India a Hindu
Second
nation?
thing, as far as the
is wrong in believing that
as far as the incidences are concerned,
are we a Hindu nation?
In this context, you have to get the definition of both the words, the Hindu and the nation.
Don't give me the definition.
As
we
far
are not
as the
a
word
Hindu
Hindu is
nation. We are a
concerned, in
secular
1995,
nation.
the Supreme Court of India has already given in a judgment that Hindu is not a communal word. It signifies a way of life, which is an epitome of India and Indianness, nothing to do with religion, which has been categorically defined by Supreme Court of India in 1995.
No, one second.
Now,
you take
come to the nation.
1995 judgment, and actually I would have expected, Mr. Trivedi, that you would have, when I asked you the question, is India a Hindu nation, I would have thought that you would have turned around and said, no, Arnab, you are absolutely wrong. Even in class 4, 5 level civics, we are taught that India is a secular nation. We are not a Hindu nation. And I want a response to this. We are a secular nation. We are not a Hindu nation. You may not like it. We will never be a Hindu nation. We will always be a secular nation. The RSS may not like you if you say we are a secular nation and not a Hindu nation. But then you must say so because you happen to be the party in power.
We are the secular nation.
You may take recourse in the December.
We are a secular nation in the true sense.
Sir, don't.
And we are the only nation in the world which is having all the religions. Like the Persians are only in India.
Sir, you understand, you see.
And India is the only country in the world in which all these 72 sects of Islam are there, all these sects of Christianity are there. The Persians are only there in India. India is a true secular country, I have said, from the ages immemorial. And the spirit of India or Indianness, which is responsible for this secular character, is somehow being misinterpreted.
Sir, then the Goa Deputy Chief Minister Francis D'Souza,
other thing which we consider
as a cultural nation, is the
basic root cause of the secular character of India from centuries and from millenniums.
Sir, the Goa Deputy Chief Minister Francis D'Souza has said openly that India is a Hindu country. He has said all Indians in Hindustan are Hindus.
BJP doesn't subscribe to any idea which represents India as a theocratic state.
Throw him out from your party. Exactly. Then you throw him out from your party. He's defied the constitution.
No.
Throw him
First
out.
go into the debates.
What is the debate on this? India is not a Hindu nation.
Easily go away with the definitions of the subject and impose your own self-made definitions and try to get a judgment based on that.
I'll tell you, I don't really know what definition you believe in. I believe in the preamble of the Indian Constitution that we, the people of India,
I am not talking about you believe my definition of the Supreme Court of India, I am saying.
India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. Not a sovereign, socialist,
Supreme Court verdicts.
Hindu democratic republic. We're not a Hindu democratic republic. We're a secular democratic republic.
I'm not saying that we are a Hindu republic. I am just saying that Hindu is not a religion, it is a way of life which is defined by Supreme Court.
Supreme Court. Sir, don't talk about the Supreme Court.
Brahmachari Siddheshwar Sai was a state of West Bengal. 1995. Supreme Court categorically said Hindu is a way of life.
Wrong.
Hindu is less of a community and more of a culture.
Wrong.
Hindu is less of a religion and more of a civilization.
Wrong.
This is a land which belongs to all. Belongs to Christians, Muslims and Hindus.
That was
but
not
remember,
the
there is a Hindustan.
That was not the
This is the essence.
That is not the
remember,
Arnab,
he said
Goswami,
it is a Christian Hindu.
What is the
that means
national
there is a
India?
Hindustani culture.
You're wrong. Both of you are wrong. It's not the judgment. You don't know what the Supreme Court said. Let me correct you.
I refuse to be.
He was quoting P.B. Gajendra Gadkar, 1965.
In English, I am an Indian.
Mr. Rahul Easwar,
I am a Bharatiya. I refuse to be a Hindu.
Yes, Mr. Rehmani. Yes, please, Mr. Rehmani. Go ahead.
I said I refuse to be a Hindu.
Yes.
In English language, I am an Indian. In Hindi language, I am a Bharatiya. There is no Hindustan exist at all as far as the Constitution of India is concerned. Either we are Bharat or we are in India. This is not Hindustan. So,
Sare jahan se acha Hindustan hamara is still used.
That was an Urdu word. That is not an official word. That was a poetry.
That's okay, but this is the culture of this nation. The soul of a nation doesn't lie in papers. The soul of a nation doesn't lie in print work. It lies in the collective culture of a nation. We are only saying we are a civilization which has a lot of so-called Hindu or Indian elements.
Sir,
we are a civilization of a cosmopolitan culture, not a religious culture. And when India was a Hindu state, it was not
Mr. Easwar. To Mr. Easwar, I want to say something.
Never be a theocratic state.
Tasleem
you must understand. Even
absolutely,
the days of Ram Rajya, it was not Akhand Bharat those days of Ram Rajya.
Tasleem ji.
And it can never be an Akhand Bharat.
Tasleem ji.
If it is a theocratic state.
Tasleem ji, let me correct Rahul Easwar and Sudhanshu Trivedi. I think they need to be corrected, and I think they are not aware of the facts. So, by the way, don't mix up Hinduism with India being a Hindu country. Okay, the fact that a large part of our majority of our population is Hindu is a fact, but that does not make us a Hindu country. We are a secular country. And now, Rahul, I'll tell you why you're wrong. I'll tell you why you're wrong, and I'd like to say this to all the viewers tonight. You can be a proud Hindu, right? But you cannot say India is a Hindu nation. Right? Practicing Hindus, we're all proud of our religion, but you cannot say we are a Hindu country. And where you and Sudhanshu Trivedi are wrong, Trivedi ji, I'll tell you where you're wrong. You are taking
Hindu doesn't mean religion.
Listen to me, no sir. Go into detail on issues. Don't skim the surface. You may take recourse to the 1995 December judgment of the Supreme Court to claim that Hinduism is a way of life. Fine. That judgment, by the way, that was not the judgment of the Supreme Court. For your kind information, it was an observation made while upholding the judgment of the High Court that had found Balasaheb Thackeray guilty of violating election procedures by appealing directly to religious sentiments. Okay, so I corrected your point number one. Point number two, the Supreme Court, in fact, Sudhanshu Trivedi, which is why I always tell politicians, don't be selective with me. The Supreme Court, in fact, Sudhanshu Trivedi went one step further and criticized Bal Thackeray for his speeches. You are being selective in your reading of the judgment. I can read the judgment to you. And so can all of us out here.
I would like to ask one question.
It did not say that
you give a single definition of religion which is applicable to Hinduism. You give a single definition of religion, single aspect of religion which is applicable to Hinduism.
Right.
One book, no.
There is no
one God, no. One way of worship, no. One style, no.
Exactly.
Then what is the definition?
Okay, so my counter question to you. So Sudhanshu Trivedi, take my counter question.
So then why you called Hinduism
as a religion? Take my counter question.
You give the definition of a religion
and convince me
that by this definition Hinduism is a religion.
Take my counter question. I take a counter question. Let me ask you a question. Is Proveen Togadia asking Muslims to remember Muzaffarnagar the way of life that you talk Hinduism is about? Hinduism is a way of life. But is Ashok Singhal questioning the survival of Muslim in the event they oppose Hindus a way of life? Is asking Muslims to give up their claims over Ayodhya and respect Hindu sentiments and threaten further Hindu consolidation a way of life? So it's not. What has happened is you mixed up the two. And I have just proven to you your flaw in using the 1995 Supreme Court judgment.
Gandhiji talking about Rama Rajya is a Hindu way of life.
Don't tell me about Rama Rajya.
Speaking in Chicago was a Hindu way of life.
Rama Rajya.
Hindu here. Here doesn't mean a communal or community culture. This is civilization.
Don't denigrate Hinduism. Don't denigrate Hinduism.
This belongs to this religion.
Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, Mr. Trivedi,
this nation belongs to all.
Mr. Easwar and Mr.
Hindus
Trivedi,
and all people.
Mr. Easwar and Mr. Trivedi, you see, the worst thing you do is when you use your religion for your political advantage. Now, there are a lot of people who say religion is a deeply personal thing, and we don't want religion to be used for political advantage. In our country, politician after politician has used religion for political advantage, and now I have just proven in the course of Newshour, you can be a proud Hindu when you don't use your religion for your personal gain. When you use
the person who coined Hindutva, Savarkar, was an atheist.
When you use religion,
the person who coined the whole word Hindutva, Savarkar was an atheist.
So don't
there is no question of religion.
Don't use religion. Don't use religion for political gain. Don't use religion to divide. Hinduism does not tell you.
Yes, of course, the religion should never be used for political gains.
Sir,
then the Prime Minister of India should not have said Muslims should have first right over the natural resources of India. Then the Congress in 1988 Mizoram Manifesto should not have mentioned that if they get the power, they will try to rule by the Catholic religion.
No, first of all,
it should not be used by any. And BJP, I can say with firm conviction, has never used that we will try to follow the Hindu dictates and other, like the Congress has said, for Muslims and for Christians. And this is not what I am saying. This is the report of Mr. A.K. Antony, which has been constituted by Congress party to finding the reasons for defeat. That Congress got themselves too much identified with one religion. This is the report of A.K. Antony. This is not me which is saying.
So this is a I thought this was a non-starter of a debate when I began. 1 second, gentlemen. I thought this was a non-starter of the debate. No, I thought this was a non-starter of a debate because I thought that Sudhanshu Trivedi would come on TV and say that I am ashamed that a person like a deputy chief minister of a state should say India is a Hindu country. We're a secular country.
He's a Christian.
Whether he's a Christian or whatever,
even if he's a Muslim,
how does it matter what he says? Atul Kumar Anjaan is come. Atul Kumar, welcome to the debate. Atul Kumar Anjaan wants to respond. Sanjay Jha wanted to come back on a couple of points earlier. Now, I want to remind you, questioning the loyalty of Sania Mirza is not make you a good Hindu. You guys have got it all wrong. Pelting stones at policemen, communalizing politics for their advantage does not make you a good Hindu. You've got it all wrong. Telling Muslims, remember Muzaffarnagar, does not make you a good Hindu. You've got it all wrong. In fact, your understanding of Hinduism,
we totally condemn this type of statement. Bharatiya Janata Party never approved this type of statement.
Your understanding of Hinduism is very narrow.
To terrorize any community.
You don't look at Hinduism and you want to look at Hinduism. How do I use it for political consolidation? Now, forget your political consolidation for a moment. Don't disrespect the religion.
We believe in Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, not Hindu Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu.
So it does not say that, you know, when you force feed a Muslim employee during his fast, that does not comply with the theory that you have put out there. Pelting stones at policemen.
That's a personal high-handedness. We need not communalize.
So don't avoid the question. What is happening? And saying to people, don't blow candles on birthday cakes, it is not Indian. Saying that Tibet is part of India, we redraw the map of India to make Tibet Akhand Bharat a part of India and putting it in the school curriculum is teaching wrong things to people. It's not right. And these are not things which are happening accidentally. You understand that, look at the issue in detail. Don't use religion in such a brazen manner, I'm saying. You'll be exposed. Atul Kumar Anjaan wanted to come in. Atul Kumar Anjaan, please.
Okay.
वो कुछ कहना चाहते हैं आपको सर? आप प्लीज रिलीजन को इस तरह से उसका प्रयोग मत कीजिए, राजनीतिक प्रयोग जो कर रहे हैं आप रिलीजन का उसका मत कीजिए. सुधांशु त्रिवेदी जी, Atul Kumar Anjaan wants to say something to you.
You see, one thing, we quite often say that the China or Pakistan is referring our territory in their maps, and then we go and protest. There is uproar many times inside the parliament in the both houses, and the people of India also express this anguish and pain. What will happen today or tomorrow when the state-owned textbooks will convey this message and depict that one. The Afghanistan, the Burma, the Nepal and the Bangladesh, they are all the part of India.
Exactly.
Do you think it will have a good effect? Our friendship with the neighbor countries will be further emboldened, or this way we are creating a nonsense atmosphere about our country. Neighboring countries will feel something different. A vast population, they will think about us? And then one thing, what sort of things we are trying to put before our children? We are putting a sort of nafrat, and with that we want to go. I think it is not good. This is the way in Ayodhya things started. Things started in Ayodhya like that, the way in Moradabad things have started. And I think in this country, I just want to say, Sudhanshu ji, if you want to dethrone the UP government of Samajwadi Party, if you want to make a president rule, do it directly, but don't polarize the people of Uttar Pradesh to 22 crore. Don't play this politics there. And that's the point I want to tell you. And the final another point I just want to tell you, okay, if you think that the RSS has already hijacked the entire BJP and they will dictate, then I tell you, this country will face such a situation that you will never imagine, and you will also be dethroned from the party, from the center stage.
It's a valid question. It's a valid question, Sudhanshu Trivedi.
You have got a mandate.
No,
you got a mandate.
Yeah.
You got a mandate. There is a constitution. There is a holy book. Let's also try to understand that book, and according to first time in the history, you got the full majority. Your friends are there.
Yes.
Take it and do whatever claims you have done, whatever claims you have made to the people, without destroying the social fabric of this country, without destroying the communal, without destroying without destroying the constitution. And it is you who is responsible for Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs and
Sudhanshu Trivedi, why are you doing
their broader unity?
No.
It is you are having
Constitution was sidelined in Shahbano case.
Why does the Shahbano case
if you check history,
it is ironical.
If you check history, we can have a lot of instances of both.
Atul Kumar Anjaan.
Yes, Sudhanshu ji.
Rahul Easwar, no, 1 minute. Rahul Easwar, we have discussed the Shahbano case on this program, and we have said very clearly that it was one step away from India going towards the Uniform Civil Code, which is not a bad idea. It can be looked at. But and we have also questioned why 60 years after the Constitution was framed and more than 60 years after that, we have not been able to have a Uniform Civil Code. But I request you, Mr. Rahul Easwar, I find very often that you have a certain tendency. When you realize that you have no arguments left, when you realize you are totally cornered, you pick up the Shahbano case. If you want to discuss the Shahbano case, you and I can debate it ad nauseum. I presumably know a little bit more about it than you.
See, there is no denying the fact that there are
that does not take away. That does not take away now. Now the question is this. That does not, I want to ask the BJP, it is here to rule the country or to create trouble? If you are here to rule the country, we want peace. No, 1 minute, Sudhanshu Trivedi. हमें peace चाहिए. हमें दंगा फसाद नहीं चाहिए. We don't want a fight. We don't want bloodshed. I want to ask you, and everybody will ask you, why are you so hell-bent over this one loudspeaker in one temple in a predominantly Muslim area of Moradabad district in Uttar Pradesh that you have been desperately trying to communalize it? I am told tomorrow BJP leaders are going to Moradabad. क्यों कर रहे हैं आप ऐसा? You don't think people will see through it? Sanjay Jha, I'll come to you after that. I just want to hear.
And I appeal to the UP government to give a befitting reply. I appeal to the UP government to give a befitting reply. If they destroy the peace and tranquility over there.
You are saying there is no religious freedom. आप कह रहे हैं हम VHP
I would have appreciated if Mr. Atul Kumar Anjaan has said the same word when Supreme Court of India in the observation has said that it was the Uttar Pradesh government which was responsible for Muzaffarnagar riots. It is not me.
So no, does it give you the opportunity to do it all over again?
TV channel,
but why are you doing it all over again?
Who initiated Muzaffarnagar riot?
Why are you?
This is the irony of the situation.
Does that give you the right to provoke?
That has been consistently blamed by BJP. Let me complete the sentence. Let me complete the sentence. Let me complete the sentence. As far as the riots are concerned, if something happens in Gujarat,
you have courage.
Let me complete the sentence.
You have courage.
There is a very unique phenomena which has been devised by the so-called secularists. If something happens in Gujarat, we are responsible because we are in the power. If something happens in Bihar, we are responsible because we are in the main opposition party. Something happens in Uttar Pradesh, where neither opposition nor in power, we are responsible. Something happens in Kishtwada, we are responsible. Something happens in Hyderabad, we are responsible because we are opposition. Now we are responsible because we are power. The basic responsibility is the secular parties which are playing the blatant communal politics, which has created the department such atmosphere of hatred. And I would also like to ask one more thing.
One at a time.
Being a colonial mindset.
Your communal approach.
No, this is not the RSS mindset. Arnab, you have said that we should have said first that we are ashamed of saying this. The reason being because of the colonial legacy and the colonial legacy which has been taught. We ourselves have become targeted and we have become ashamed of ourselves.
No. One minute. Just one minute.
Ashamed of cultural.
Gentlemen, calm down for a minute, please. Calm down for a minute, please. Calm down for a minute.
Yes.
Calm down for a minute. Let me come.
Constitution. I first ask. You have faith in Constitution?
What is happening in Moradabad?
Playing a game of
do you know how many pictures are there in Constitution and whom they represent?
Destroying the unity of the country.
This is not the policy of destruction. This is your policy, which has taken country to such a situation.
You see, I'll tell you one thing. Today, what is happening is this tweedledee,
Atul Kumar Anjaan that we don't know how to make 10 Bangladesh in India. You are the people like this. Mr. Sudhanshu, you are the follower of Dr. Kissinger, who said after Bangladesh war that we know how to make 10 Bangladesh in India. With your communal approach, you want to break the unity of the country.
Atul Kumar Anjaan, my question is,
I don't want to go into the details. When the Communist Party has supported Britishers in 1942, they supported partition in 47, they supported China invasion in 62, and even they were with the democracy, murder of democracy in 1975. So they should not teach us the lesson of nationalism. So I don't want to go into that debate.
And your RSS chief Devras apologized before the country and went before Indira Gandhi, and they all came out. You want to say that you are the savior of democracy?
And it was Congress Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri who invited RSS for Republic Day parade in 1966 because of their immense contribution during 1965 war. We were not like you people who were sitting with China during 1962 war. We were with the Indian Army with 1965 war, which has been acknowledged by the then Prime Minister of India, Lal Bahadur Shastri.
Gandhi's murder, you people, you are the follower of Nathuram Godse, killer of the father of the nation. And you people were slapped. You were not allowed in 1947, 48, 49, 50.
This is a propaganda going for long, without any meaning.
It is the RSS. It is the RSS.
1 minute.
This is the consistent propaganda since 67 years, which you failed to do either in the court of law or in the hearts of people.
Sudhanshu Trivedi, hearts of people are fine. Let me come in, please. Both of you, 1 minute, gentlemen. Both of you, please. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me, gentlemen. I want to ask you. I am asking you today. I am asking you.
He's become the icon of all sorts of, miseries and inhuman acts.
Atul Kumar Anjaan.
You are the follower of the Hitler.
Atul Kumar Anjaan. Just 1 minute, please, both of you. Can I just come in?
BJP.
Atulji, 1 minute, please.
Followers of the Hitler, and we will not allow Hitler.
Okay, now Atulji, please calm down for a minute. I have a very relevant question. I think Sudhanshu Trivedi avoided my question. My question is very simply this. And Sanjay Jha, I am coming to you. Rahul, I'll come to you, but let him. India wants peace. Yeah. India wants development. When you came to power, you said, अच्छे दिन आएंगे. You said, नौकरियां मिलेंगी, दाम कम होंगे, अच्छे दिन आएंगे. आपने तो ये नहीं कहा था कि अच्छे दिन ऐसे होंगे कि एक मंदिर में एक लाउड स्पीकर बजा कि नहीं बजा, उसको लेके बड़े भीषण तौर से आप कोशिश करेंगे कि कम्युनल एटमॉस्फेयर बढ़ा जाए. In other words, what I'm saying is, I'm asking you once again that why are you so hell-bent on one loudspeaker in a temple, that also in a predominantly Muslim area of Moradabad in Uttar Pradesh? You see, Naya Gaon has a population of 10 to 15,000, 70% Muslim population. Dalits represent the Hindu community. There is no upper caste presence. When the district magistrate approved the removal of a loudspeaker on June 26th, you were there leading to the clashes with the police. The district magistrate approved the removal of a loudspeaker and said there is no long-lasting tradition of a temple having a loudspeaker. On June 28th, you came back. You called for a Mahapanchayat on July 4th, just a few days after the month of Ramzan started. Now look what you're doing. I will totally come into details. On July 3rd, you made an offer the loudspeaker could be installed after Eid, yet you chose to escalate the situation with your protest. You continued with your Mahapanchayat. On July 4th, Sudhanshu Trivedi and लोगों को पता होना चाहिए आप लोग क्या कर रहे हैं ground पे. You decided to violate section 144. बोलने दीजिए please, सच्चाई बोलने दीजिए. Section 144 you broke, and then you sent the face of the Muzaffarnagar riots, a man called Sangeet Som, to lead your protest in this whole case. 4 days before Eid, you have a sudden pang to get this loudspeaker reinstalled, and your bigwigs from Delhi and Eastern Uttar Pradesh will congregate from one side, and your VHP leaders will congregate from the other side. What you are doing is a blatant and open attempt कि किसी तरह से somehow उसको communalize कर दीजिए और फिर बोलिए कि नहीं हम तो सिर्फ नहीं somehow you communalize it. No, communalize it.
When you have gone
you
into
communalize
such details,
it.
I would also like to
please let
explain
me
that
speak.
incident.
No, you let me speak. What I fail to understand is why you are doing this. You are waiting for the brink of Eid for your protest against the alleged manhandling you faced with the SSP when the incident happened more than 20 days ago. You are trying to create a situation, you are trying to spark trouble, and I am asking you today, ये कैसे अच्छे दिन हैं in which you create communal trouble? Bhai, this country needs jobs. People need hope, jobs, economy, security, peace, shanti. लोगों को दंगा फसाद नहीं चाहिए. सुधांशु त्रिवेदी जी, ये पॉलिटिक्स छोड़ दीजिए, राजनीति वाला. संजय झा कुछ कहना चाहते हैं आपको? संजय झा आफ्टर दैट यू कैन कम. संजय झा
दंगा कराना चाहते हैं.
संजय झा आप
ये ईद से पहले दंगा कराना.
एक मिनट संजय झा, एक मिनट संजय झा.
Sudhanshu ji, you should be aware. Sudhanshu ji, you are playing a very dangerous and diabolical game of politics today for your own political polarization benefits. I think it's something that can boomerang on the country, and every ordinary citizen of India might end up paying a huge price for it. You know, Arnab, I'm glad you mentioned about Mr. Dinanath Batra's book, because that book has been made as a compulsory reading by the Gujarat government, which is BJP run, and it has distortions. I mean, it has an expansionist role for India. It talks about making the Pakistan Independence Day part of Indian holiday list is provocative. And if Mr. Modi is going to invite Nawaz Sharif at one end, and on the other hand, you'll have many elements of the Sangh Parivar influencing susceptible and young children. I mean, that is what is the biggest fear that we have. You know, Arnab, we have discussed these debates long before the elections, but to expect the worst apprehensions to come true when we are not even a few days shy of 2 months of this government,
why are you doing this?
Is causing alarm. I think it's justifiable. End of day, young children are impressionable. They'll get influenced by all this kind of extremely distorted history. And it is amusing for me when Mr. Trivedi, with due respects to him, he's close to Mr. Rajnath Singh, so I assume he's a very responsible man, when he makes a mockery of talking about the Congress's role in the freedom struggle. I mean, Mr. Trivedi, I've noticed...
No, we are not discussing the freedom struggle.
Do you know what role RSS played? The only role you had was that you killed Mahatma Gandhi by creating a vitiated atmosphere that led to his assassination.
No, I'm not...
I mean, absolutely contemptible that you talk about the freedom struggle.
No, I'm not. I'm discussing the present.
It should be sacrosanct, and it should be taboo for the BJP and the RSS to speak on it. And let me tell you, Arnab, there is no blurred line between the BJP and RSS anymore. The RSS is having a stranglehold. It's long live the RSS. The BJP is dead. Long live the RSS. That is exactly the mantra that can be seen being played out all over the country.
Just 1 minute. Sudhanshu Trivedi has a right to respond, but I think Sudhanshu Trivedi is beginning to understand the mistakes the BJP is making. Because who are you sending
Arnab,
there?
Arnab, one question. Only 1 point, one line. Arnab, 1 line. No, Arnab, 1 line. They say Congress Mukt Bharat. Now BJP is in power. I want a Danga Mukt Bharat from BJP. Will they agree? Will they agree? They said the Congress Mukt Bharat. I say a Danga Mukt Bharat.
Why aren't you stopping your leaders?
सबसे कम दंगे भारतीय जनता पार्टी के राज्यों में हुए हैं.
तो आप मुझे बताइए कि
जहां लंबे समय तक सरकार है कहीं दंगे नहीं हुए.
बीजेपी के लीडर्स जो
मगर सबसे बड़े दंगे भी भारतीय जनता पार्टी शासित राज्य में हुए हैं.
लेकिन
बात से आप इनकार नहीं कर सकते.
लेकिन आप उत्तर प्रदेश में सुनियोजित तरीके से दंगे करवाना चाहते हैं और बिहार में आप उत्तर प्रदेश और बिहार में सुनियोजित दंगे कराना चाहते हैं.
And Mr. Trivedi, do you
मतलब सत्ता में तो हमारी जिम्मेदारी, विपक्ष में तो हमारी जिम्मेदारी, और विपक्ष में नहीं तो भी हमारी जिम्मेदारी। मान्यवर आपकी सरकार है उत्तर प्रदेश में, क्यों नहीं कार्रवाई करती है? उसके द्वारा जो स्टैंड हमारे नेताओं के खिलाफ लिए जाते हैं, कोर्ट में सब धराशायी हो जाते हैं। क्यों? Because this is a sheer politics which you are doing.
Why are you escalating?
If you are trying to give the compensation on the basis of religion, Uttar Pradesh government, then you are saying that you will have a justice and a communal harmony in the country. You are trying to withdraw the cases of those who are accused of planting bombs in the courts of UP, and you are saying that you will bring a communal harmony. This is a blatant communal politics.
Sudhanshu Trivedi, let me tell you who is the main defender of tomorrow's protest. He comes from a man who has painted your march as some kind of beacon of hope which will save Indian democracy from what he calls a dictatorship. The biggest irony is this man is Sangeet Som. Sangeet Som was present at the Mahapanchayat on September 7th at Nangla Mandor near Muzaffarnagar following the death of 3 people resulting out of an incident of alleged deep-teasing. He has been accused of making inflammatory speeches. He is booked under several sections. He is out on bail now. Right? In the run-up to the riots, he was accused of circulating a fake video of a man being lynched. He has threatened policemen openly on video. On June 9th, this man who you are letting loose in Moradabad, this man is on TV now. He says, I will create a ruckus that nobody will be able to handle. ऐसे लोगों को आपने छोड़ दिया. You have given them a complete free rein. Do what you want. I am asking you today, Mr. Trivedi, please tell me. Please don't denigrate Hinduism. Don't denigrate Hinduism. Don't denigrate Hinduism. Don't use religion like this. Mr. Trivedi, my question to you is, can you take a guarantee today on the Newshour that there will be no communal trouble because of what the VHP and BJP are doing in Moradabad? आप मुझे guarantee देके कह सकते हैं कि आप जो कर रहे हैं उसका कोई ऐसा नतीजा नहीं होगा. और अगर हुआ,
very peculiar logic.
Why peculiar? You are
very peculiar logic. The guarantee of the law and order is subject with the government or with the opposition.
But who's creating the trouble? You are creating the trouble.
In Delhi, you will ask the government, our government, that we should ensure. In Uttar Pradesh, you are again asking us to ensure. This is the dialectic bias logic which is being consistently given against the BJP.
Mr. Trivedi, your logic is like this. No, your logic is like this. Your logic is like very interesting logic. Your logic is like this. No, your logic is like this. A person takes a revolver, tries to murder someone, has an attempt to murder. The police catches him and the police says, how can you try to murder someone? And that person says, but it is the job of the police to stop me from murdering someone. So a murderer should be let off. And people who attempt to murder should be let off.
Which I am not saying.
That is exactly your argument.
This Samajwadi Party government of Uttar Pradesh has booked Sangeet Som under National Security Act. And they which were failed to prove in the court.
Sir, a person has openly said, I will create
where is the BJP responsible? Your government has tried its level best to deliberately book the BJP leaders, and consistently you are unable to prove on the court of law. It means this was a politically motivated, which has been proved in existing operation of a reputed TV channel and which was there in the observation of the Supreme Court. So we have discussed enough on Muzaffarnagar riots.
Sir, why are you
now come to the basic subject?
Why don't you want to talk about
Sanjay Jha said, why don't you want to talk about
Moradabad?
Sanjay Jha said about freedom struggle, concept of India.
Sir, you don't concept of India. You want to tell me the concept of India. Now let me tell you the concept of India that the RSS.
Yes, Mahatma Gandhi. He has referred Mahatma Gandhi. We are having utmost respect for Mahatma Gandhi. But what India and Indianness, I would like to say, from where Congress has come from Mahatma Gandhi to last 60 years.
Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi.
Mahatma Gandhi's political vision was what?
Mr. Trivedi.
Let me complete the sentence.
Don't try to change the subject because you don't want to take questions on
Then you don't allow me to complete the sentence.
No, you are not. You are trying to change the subject. You are trying to change the subject.
Going out of the way.
Mr. Trivedi, when I asked you 7 or 8 questions on Moradabad.
Yes, I am staying the subject.
I am asking you. I asked you today. You take a guarantee. You take a guarantee that what you are doing will not create trouble. Take a guarantee. And say that I will go to jail if that guarantee is broken. Take a guarantee.
You have gone to the details of that Mandir incidents, then I can say something. No, that locality is dominated by Dalits. And they were having the temple.
Sir, why are BJP, why are your senior leaders going and creating more trouble?
अरे भाई
पुलिस को हैंडल करने दीजिए.
The communities were agreeing to it.
पुलिस को हैंडल करने दीजिए.
Which was deliberate.
Who are you? Let the police handle it.
Speaker.
Let the police handle it.
बात सुन लीजिए.
Let the police handle it.
में बात हो गई थी कि लाउड स्पीकर नहीं चलाया जाएगा.
आप ये लाउड स्पीकर को आप क्यों
समझौते के द्वारा हो सकती थी. यहाँ तक हुआ कि उसका तार भी काट दिया जाए, उस पर एम्पलीफायर भी निकाल दिया जाए. But it was the state government and administration which was bent upon creating a trouble, which was eminent from the statement of SSP of that district, who was saying their political statement. Anytime SSP says a political statement,
I want to
SSP political statement दे रहा है. स्टिंग ऑपरेशन में सरकार की बात आ रही है, ऑब्जर्वेशन में सुप्रीम कोर्ट कह रहा है, और दोष भाजपा का है. बड़ा बढ़िया तर्क आपने दिया है.
On the Shivsena incident.
My question is simple. Now we are talking about Indianness. And
सुधांशु जी, ये बहुत ही मुझे बिल्कुल इसमें आश्चर्य हो रहा है. ये बहुत दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण बात है, शर्मनाक बात है कि अभी भी आप ऐसे बोल रहे हैं जैसे कि कुछ हुआ ही नहीं है. अब यहाँ पर आप लोग ऐसा एक माहौल बना दिए हैं कि इसमें क्या भविष्य में जाके कोई भयंकर कांड हो गया तो आपकी जिम्मेदारी होगी, और आपके जो भी राजनीतिक लक्ष्य हो, कम से कम भारत के समाज को तो मत तोड़िए. I think you got to realize that you are today in government. You have won this election and we congratulate you for it. But I can tell you, young India has not voted for a BJP that will divide India. You have to deliver on growth and governance. Please go ahead and do it all the best.
Now.
What we are hearing from your leaders is disconcerting, is worrying for all Indians, not just liberals. I think it's worrying every Indian across the length and breadth of India, sir. I'm sorry, but you have to today display a modicum of reasonableness that you're not doing.
मालूम है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट का फैसला मालूम है. आप उत्तर प्रदेश में दंगे करा के उत्तर प्रदेश की सरकार गिरा के आप अपनी सरकार नहीं बना सकते. एसआर बोमई का मुकदमा का डायरेक्शन है मुकदमे में सुप्रीम कोर्ट का. आप सिर्फ दंगा करा करके देश की एकता तोड़ सकते हैं. आप उत्तर प्रदेश में सरकार नहीं बना सकते.
सुधांशु त्रिवेदी, there is still time. Sudhanshu Trivedi, pull back the politics of Moradabad. Pull back, take back the politics of Moradabad. Don't antagonize the different populations. You have no business creating trouble, Sudhanshu Trivedi. Now I want to tell you about this whole business of Indianness.
We are not at all interested. We are a responsible political party. Never created any trouble. It was the trouble. I am again saying the sting operation has proved, the Supreme Court observance has proved, and all the things are proving that it is the, and since last 2.5 years, why is not question of BJP was not in power?
Gentlemen, now I'm getting Rahul Easwar, the two Rahuls on the debate. Let's have them on two sides.
And the communal situation goes to the lowest.
As a person who is viewing this from the south of India, I'm surprised.
When the army was called because of the communal riot,
like a loudspeaker in a Muslim-dominated area. I'm living near a mosque. I find it very happy to hear the music and speech from the mosque. There is no issue. Why can't a Hindu temple not have a loudspeaker in a Muslim-dominated area? What is such a big hue and cry about this?
What the media
is there no freedom of religion in this nation?
And what the history
is there no freedom of practice of faith in this nation? I live near a mosque. I listen to a mosque every day in the morning, and I'm happy about it. Can't a temple simply have a loudspeaker? What is the huge hue and cry about it?
Yes, you can. But problem is that Rahul, 1 minute. Just Rahul, 1 minute. Let me respond to Rahul. No, let me respond to Rahul 1 minute. Let me respond to Rahul. Let me respond to Rahul. Let me respond to Rahul Easwar, please. There is something. Just let me respond to Rahul Easwar, gentlemen. Rahul Easwar says, is there no freedom of religion in this country? Can't you put a loudspeaker? Absolutely you can. Absolutely you can. But the district magistrate approved the removal of the loudspeaker. You know what he said? He said there is no tradition of a temple having a loudspeaker in this area. And then the entire BJP comes in and makes this into a very big issue. So what is happening, Rahul, is that the BJP is looking for ways. You know, if in this country, remember this, Rahul, if in India you try and look for ways to create trouble between religions, no, you will find a million ways. If you look for ways to bring people together, you will find a million ways. Now you can choose, Rahul. You know, you can choose. People, it is so easy to create religious trouble. And that's where you should stand and say as a young Indian, I don't like it. Now, last week, what was Now, my question is today, I also believe that we are living in 2014. In 2014, my question to Rahul Easwar, and I want Rahul Narvekar to come into this part of the debate. The RSS book approved by the BJP, which is part of the curriculum supplementary literature in Gujarat, okay? It will be now supplied to 42,000 primary and secondary government schools across the state of Gujarat. Page 49 of a book called Tejo Mein Bharat Shining India says, students, how will you draw a map of India? Do you know that Pakistan, Afghanistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Tibet, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka and Burma are part of undivided India? These are all part of Akhand Bharat. Undivided India is the truth, divided India is a lie. In other words, the map of India will have to be redrawn. Now, if this was being studied in some RSS shakha, okay, fine, it's your personal business, right? What has happened now, Mr. Rahul Easwar? This has become part of a total curriculum, right? And this curriculum also says, by the way, this curriculum also says, stop blowing candles on your birthday, it is Western culture. Please tell me, what is, where are you going to draw the line? Today, Sudhanshu Trivedi will not have the courage to say Akhand Bharat is rubbish. Can Sudhanshu Trivedi say on television that Akhand Bharat map is rubbish because the map of India is the map of India we all know? But I believe the map of India that the RSS believes in is the wrong map of India. You want to teach wrong thing to students?
No, this...
You want to do... Why are you doing it again?
Can I respond?
No, why are you doing it now? Can you say today this whole Akhand Bharat logic should not go into
cultural nationalism? Where the nation represented by a culture and a set of values.
I think this deserves a response.
Not by the geographical entity.
Arnab,
what are you saying here?
Do that in the
you think RSS will redraw the map of India for school?
Yeah, Arnab, you must allow me to respond. This is not fair that you are putting such a blemish allegations and not allowing to respond.
Sir, Arnab, let me tell you, RSS has got its own brand of schools called Vidya Bharati. They are going to implant the same syllabus in different schools in India. And I think that is going to be a tragedy of epic proportions, because a young and an India of the future growing up under some kind of a wrong and absolutely distorted history, we're going to produce citizens who will grow up with a different mindset about what as a country we are. It destroys the ethos of India. I think this is something that Trivedi ji, I'm surprised as a senior politician from the
really
BJP.
Surprised.
You are so casual about it. You think it's no big deal. I haven't heard you condemn that. This is a very serious issue. And obviously this has received approbation from the Union HRD Ministry or the Gujarat government.
Mr. Trivedi, these questions,
endorsement from the BJP leadership.
You see, Mr. Trivedi, why should a Muslim or a Sikh or a Christian or a Parsi or a Jew have to perform Havan or feed cows or recite the Gayatri Mantra and play songs by Vidya Bharati? This is in the book. You have to wear Swadeshi clothes, perform Havan, recite mantras, feed cows and play songs produced by Vidya Bharati. I mean, you don't even believe in 19(1) of the Indian Constitution, which says I will wear what I like. This RSS view of the world, since when was this?
Arnab, can you answer? Can you answer if in a convent school, if everybody has to go to the chapel?
But this
and
is
go
a government
every day on a chapel.
This is a government.
And go to the church. If that is a different way, that if the institution is going, if you are accepting it, it's okay. Do not accept it, it's okay.
Where is this?
It cannot be one way. That in the case of convent school, the parameter is different. And in case of Vidya Bharati, the parameter is different.
But this is the Gujarat government. This is not your RSS shakha. No, please understand.
This is not Gujarat management. I am talking about so many colleges all over the India. But none of you has spoken a single word. Because you are having double standards for...
Rahul Narvekar, please. Rahul Narvekar is responding.
And let me...
Rahul Narvekar is responding.
One more thing I would like to say.
Rahul Narvekar is responding.
One more thing I would like to say.
No, Sudhanshu Trivedi, Rahul Narvekar is responding.
I am responding. Arnab, you have asked Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi more than a dozen of times as to why is the Bharatiya Janata Party stooping to such levels of polarization. The answer is very simple. The answer is the Bharatiya Janata Party has made tall promises to this nation. They know they failed on every count. They know they cannot fulfill these promises. And the only way they can have a political passage is by creating this divide, is by deflecting the attention to these issues. And therefore, in the last 15 days, we've seen leader after leader of the Bharatiya Janata Party and their allies talking about these issues which will polarize the society.
No, I want to ask Sudhanshu Trivedi about the map.
It is a clear attempt to deflect the attention from the development agenda.
I will not let a BJP spokesperson like Sudhanshu Trivedi get away on this. Mr. Trivedi, I'm sorry, I'm extending this debate. I will not let a BJP spokesperson, a representative of the ruling party, I'm sorry, आपको मैं इस मामले पे छोड़ नहीं सकता हूँ. Firstly, Mr. Trivedi, understand this. You are brainwashing children. And you should say, I reject that map of the RSS. I want to hear you say, I reject that map of the RSS. It should be immediately pulled out from books that are being sent to government schools. I want to hear you say that. One. They are a distorted view of reality. Pakistan, Afghanistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka are sovereign countries. Mohan Bhagwat may think they are not, but the country is not ruled by Mohan Bhagwat, it is ruled by Narendra Modi. 1 minute. Akhand Bharat is a concept promoted by the RSS. You want to saffronize Indian education, you want to brainwash children with an RSS-centric view of India. Akhand Bharat speaks of expansionist ambitions. India has no expansionist ambitions. It is a country that respects the sovereignty and independent existence of its of other states. Right? So your Gujarat state government is openly embracing the views of this RSS man who's totally medieval and outdated. I will not let you off the hook on this one. Can you today, can you justify this? I thought today, at least on this one, you will say this is rubbish. And I want to hear you say, let the RSS be angry with me. But to present a distorted view of reality to students, to young minds, is a crime. Is a crime, Mr. Trivedi.
After your long deliberation, can I have the same amount of time to respond?
Sir.
Yes.
Sir,
do you remember?
Sir, do you reject this?
A person has gone in Supreme Court.
Sir, this...
Bhai, mujhe baat to karne dijiye, Maharaj. Do you remember in Kerala, one person has gone to the court of saying that from national anthem, Punjab, Sindh, Gujarat, Maratha, Sindh should be excluded. What was the judgment of Supreme Court?
What?
That though Sindh is not geographical in India, but it is a part of India as a nation and a concept.
Let me
complete the sentence. So the Sindh is the part of India, is not a geographical entity, it is a cultural entity. That's why when you study the history,
you got a handsome majority in the parliament, but fortunately you don't have enough majority to amend the basic structure of this constitution.
The Mahabharata, which is in Afghanistan, is the part of Indian history. The Pakistan history. So Supreme Court has also upheld the view that the country is the nation, nation is the cultural entity. It is not the geographical entity which you are trying to put on the concept, Western borrowed concept of the geo-cultural nation rather than the political territorial nation over the geo-cultural nation. I have just quoted the institution by your logic.
Okay, we take a break.
Should have been taken out of the national anthem.
Okay, we take a break.
By your logic, the Sindh should have been taken out of the national anthem. Is it correct or not?
I
want to answer for you.
You don't have the numbers to amend the constitution, to fracture this nation.
Oh, 1 sec. You see, I'll tell you one thing. I am not going to let Sudhanshu Trivedi off the hook on this one. Fine. When you tell children in government, in school books, certified by the Gujarat government, that stop blowing candles.
अरे भाई सीधा जवाब दीजिए, पंजाब, सिंध, गुजरात, मराठा में सिंध क्यों पढ़ाते हैं? और
सर आप सीधा जवाब दीजिए, पाकिस्तान, अफगानिस्तान, नेपाल, भूटान, बांग्लादेश और
श्रीलंका। आप जवाब दीजिए कि आप सिंध को भारत का पार्ट मानते हैं कि नहीं? नेशनल एंथम गलत है क्या? सीधा जवाब दीजिए, यस या नो। जैसे आप पूछते हैं यस या नो, मुझे जवाब दीजिए यस या नो।
That this book is compulsory reading. Arnab, this book is compulsory reading.
I am talking about the national anthem. I am not talking about any book. Sanjay Jha, you give me categorical yes or no answer. And that too backed by the decision of the Supreme Court.
I'm going to come back to you on this because I believe, I believe in the reality. Mr. Trivedi, I'm taking a break. Before I take a break, I want to say something to the viewers. Remember one thing, ladies and gentlemen. I am asking the BJP spokesperson on the Newshour tonight which map of India he believes in. The map of India as we have all known, or the map of India of the RSS. When we come back, we will ask Sudhanshu Trivedi which map of India he believes in. We'll take a short break and come back on the other side. The debate continues on the Newshour tonight. We're going back to the debate, and just 5 minutes of this debate, we'll give a second opportunity for the BJP representative, who I think made a mistake there by saying that he endorses the views of the RSS. Now, sir, you tell me there can't be two maps of India. You have to have one map of India. So presumably you believe this map of India of the RSS is the wrong map of India. All I want you to hear from you on television, in your words, in your voice, is that the RSS map of India, which is being pushed in these textbooks by the Gujarat government in all school textbooks, is terribly wrong, and maybe it will be a good thing to remove that map. You see, Mr. Trivedi, will you say that?
There are two types of maps.
How can there be two types of maps of one country? There is one country, one map.
Yeah, let me complete. One is a cultural and one is a political.
What is this?
I have asked, if you take the Mahabharata is the part of the cultural India, but not the part of the geographical India. And those who are not having courage to have Jammu Kashmir in the map of India and Arunachal Pradesh in the map of India
what are
telling the BJP a lesson.
So what are you saying?
I think both on political aspect and on the cultural aspect. I've already given the example of national anthem. There is nothing logic left in saying this. I'm not endorsing that view. But there are two things. One is a cultural, another is a political thing. Like the 22 Arab countries are 22 one cultural entity. Like the Western Europe is one cultural entity. So Indian subcontinent is one cultural entity. We share a common culture, common language, common way of thinking.
So many confuse the whole thing. No, one at a time. One at a time will counter. One of you at a time will counter him. One at a time will counter him. Who goes first? Sanjay Jha. Sanjay Jha is countering.
Sudhanshu.
Sanjay
जी, कल यदि पाकिस्तान में कल कोई उनके जो शिक्षा मंत्री हैं वो भारत को कहेंगे कि वो पाकिस्तान का हिस्सा है, तो आप उसके साथ ठीक है, आपको वो उचित लगेगा? You think that is appropriate? Is BJP okay with that? That's exactly what you are doing.
मान्यवर, पाकिस्तान भारत का हिस्सा था। भारत पाकिस्तान का हिस्सा कब था? इस ढंग का प्रश्न आपको करते समय स्वयं आत्मावलोकन करना चाहिए। You should have introspect of asking this type of abstract question.
Actually, sir, this is a strange argument. What? I
am talking about cultural. Do India, Pakistan not share the same cultural thing, the same language, same eating habits?
Sir, you know,
so many same cultural music and other things.
यही भाजपा का प्रचार है।
Arnab ji, we all respect your commitment to secularism, but you are over reading into it.
No, 1 second. No, you see, no.
Actually, there is a complete flaw in thinking of the concept of Indian nation, which was very well understood by Mahatma Gandhi. But their so-called champions of the thoughts of Mahatma Gandhi, Congress, have routed their entire concept.
And cultural prime minister is Mr. Bhagavat.
No political prime minister. Mr. Atul Kumar Anjaan and Mr. Sanjay Jha. I would like to quote just Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi's entire political vision was Ram Rajya.
Sir, I want to
Bhajan was Raghupathi Raghav Raja Raman. Last submission was Hey Ram. But your Congress government, after 67 years, given an affidavit that Ram was an imaginary factor.
Sir, I would like to point out to you,
which I want to point out that you should be ashamed of. Congress gradually became ashamed of calling themselves of the core Indian identity, which Mahatma Gandhi was having. But somehow their followers have totally denied this. So there is a long continuing debate on the concept of India on which
the
Marx and Macaulay school of thought is standing on one side.
You can.
We all respect your commitment to secularism, but I am afraid you are over-reading into many things.
Really?
No,
I am.
BJP is the only pure secular party of India.
Commitment to it's not.
And the concept of Indianness, Bhartiyata or Hindu is the sole
commitment to appeasement of the RSS,
secularism,
which is making him speak in this manner.
Killers of Gandhi, you are the abusers of Gandhi. Mr. Sanjay Jha, the RSS BJP killed
now 1 minute. Don't go away from the debate, and I'm coming back into it. Gentlemen, 1 minute. Let me come in, please. 1 minute. Point is this. Please understand. Mr. Trivedi, you see, 1 second, please. Mr. Atul Kumar Anjaan, now I have to move to debate number 2. The question is this. The question is this. No, 1 second. 1 minute, please. 1 minute, please, gentlemen. 1 minute. You see, Dinanath Batra.
Culturally, Bangladesh and West Bengal is having so many common things.
Yeah.
So culturally there may be one unity, politically they are different.
Yes.
So political map is one and the cultural map is different.
Okay.
Can you say that West Bengal and Bangladesh are different?
So tomorrow, no,
by language, bearing,
newfound concept of cultural map.
No. So culturally, many countries. No, 1 second. तो आप तो फिर redraw कीजिए ना. आपके लॉजिक से there are many countries in Southeast Asia which are also culturally they have many links with India. Bring them in. Why did you forget Mauritius? 1 minute. Culturally we have a lot in common with Mauritius. You should 1 second. I would like to tell Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi.
Indonesia, Bali has majority.
No, Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, please call up Mohan Bhagwat ji and Dinanath Batra today and say आपकी से गलती हो गई. आपको मॉरिशस को भी इंक्लूड करना चाहिए, इंडोनेशिया को इंक्लूड कीजिए, बाली को इंक्लूड कीजिए, जावा को इंक्लूड कीजिए, अखंड भारत तो और भी बड़ा होना चाहिए. मगर आपको एक बात बता दूं, आपको मैं डराने की कोशिश नहीं कर रहा. नहीं, आपको मैं डराने की कोशिश नहीं कर रहा.
Chinese thinker
Sir,
who was a vice chancellor of Peking University.
Sir,
was who has used a word that India has culturally dominated and controlled China for more than 2,000 years without sending a single soldier across the border.
Now you include China also in the map.
Indianness.
So you do what you want in your...
We want to control the hearts.
Sorry, Mr.
I would like to quote one couplet of Atal Bihari Vajpayee.
Who was stopping you from telling the students that the Indian culture is so popular that it has spread across the world?
I think this is a very interesting debate because it brings the moot issue at hand. Just give me 1 minute. Just give me one. By the way, you know, I want to say under the Criminal Law Amendment Act 1961, changing India's map is a criminal offence punishable by 6 months or fine or both. But the big question is this. You see, Rahul Easwar, please understand one thing. Don't bring the secularism into everything. I know you like to argue on the secularism issue. This is about my country, you see. This is about my constitution. I will not let a bunch of fringe fanatics take over the country. I am asking today, what takes precedence? The Constitution of India or Dinanath Batra's idea of India? The Constitution of India or RSS idea of India? Definitely. The Constitution, 1 minute, the Constitution of India or Mohan Bhagat's view of India? Because Article 1 of the Indian Constitution, Article 1, Rahul Easwar, which you probably have not read, says that India, that is Bharat, will be an union of states. It also says the territory of India shall consist of the territory of the states, the union territories, and any territory that may be acquired. In the RSS viewpoint, I don't know which world they are in, China and all these countries are also countries they have acquired. You can have any, you can have any warped up view of the world. But the fact is, you can't put that warped up, medieval, constructed, some, crazy view of the world. You can't put that into textbooks and then if you put those on textbooks, put them in the RSS shakas. You can't put those books in government schools all over as part of the curriculum. You can't do it, sir. There is only one map of India. One map of India, one constitution of India, one map of India. One map of India, not two maps.
Let me complete one sentence.
There is no doubt.
This type of curriculum that Congress was.
There is no doubt that constitution is supreme. There is no doubt that the modern idea of India should be there. And you have mentioned many organizations.
They were saying that Shivaji has looted Surat. They were saying Chandrasekhar Azad was the terrorist. We protest and approve this type of history.
Sir, you are saying, no, 1 minute. This is ridiculous. This is a ridiculous argument.
Arnab, these people to be ashamed of telling this type of history to the country.
Sudhanshu ji, I will only ask one question to you. I will ask one question to you. I will ask one question to you. I will ask one question to you.
It is shame on us for being independent country and
we are a modern nation
future generation this type of history.
More than 5,000
I will ask one question to you.
And Guru Tegh Bahadur has created a law and order problem. This is written in the NCERT book.
I ask you.
And nobody is asking any question.
This is not the subject of discussion.
I challenge to this concept of history and concept of
And one more thing.
This is not the subject of discussion.
School of thought.
There may be distortions and deviations when history is written from a left paradigm and a right paradigm. We can have a debate and a consensus of it. But remember, India is an ancient notion and an ancient civilization. We have to include our civilizational values in it. If there are points of debate, we can have it.
Okay. Now, so can I just summarize in a short sentence what the view of the BJP, which by the way, it appears the BJP endorses the view of the RSS. By that logic, therefore, the BJP believes in the following.
We are saying cultural and political are two different.
I am also saying, no, this is your belief. Okay, so the BJP's cultural belief.
We stick with the political standards.
So Sudhanshu Trivedi, let me use your
political
words.
Commitments.
Sudhanshu Trivedi, let me use your words. As per your views, which are your cultural views, the cultural views of the BJP are that people should not blow candles on cakes. The cultural view of the BJP is that Myanmar and China are all part of India. The cultural view of the BJP is that August 14th, Pakistan's Independence Day, should be celebrated as Akhand Bharat Smriti Divas, because that also is what Dinanath Batra believes. I want to. If I have a choice, I'll tell you. If I have a choice between two views of the world, one is Ambedkar's view of the world as per what is in the Constitution of India, or Dinanath Batra's view of the world. Mr. Trivedi, you can choose Dinanath Batra, I'll choose Ambedkar's view of the world. You can use your map. I choose my map.
Pitting those two against each other.
Well, it's not pitting.
The other way.
It's not
one is the Macaulay view of the world, the Marxist school of the world, and Indian school of the world. We represent Indian school of the world.
Okay, gentlemen.
On the birthday of Advani ji, they cut the cake and put a candle. I joined the birthday of late Dr. J.P. Mathur, BJP leader. His birthday was celebrated in BJP office and there was a candle and cake was cut. I don't know what type of things BJP people are talking.
It's a crime, sir. The BJP should immediately stop cutting cakes with candles because that's an extremely non-Indian thing to do.
This is totally rubbish. And do not oppose the candle or cake or other things.
What?
That is the personal wish of anybody who wants to celebrate.
But it is in the textbook.
In which the Indianness of
it is in the textbook.
Benevolent.
But it is in the textbook being celebrated, being circulated in Gujarat government schools. It is in a book. Don't blow candles. Do a havan, pray to Ishtadev and feed cows. And wear Swadeshi clothes. Now, if that was your RSS view, you see, this is in your textbooks. I think you should go and check the school libraries or what is being circulated in Gujarat. Sudhanshu Trivedi, you're not totally convinced. You're only trying to convince yourself. I thank you all. I thank you all for joining me on debate number 1.